What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. If you are a person that actually watches my videos often, what's up? Glad to see you. Thank you for being here. For those who are new, listen, we just like to have fun on this channel, hang out in the comment section, and you learn while I'm learning as well. And also, if you're wondering, listen, I have a proclivity for hats and hoodies, so when you're watching these videos, a lot of times you will see me in a hat and or a hoodie, all right? Now, you're probably wondering, all right, Liv, come on, let's get into the video. Don't you hate when YouTubers take forever to get into their video? You're like, come on, hurry up. Anyway, I'm gonna hurry up, I'm gonna get into this video. We are talking about the Streamlight TLR-7A, okay? This is the flex option. So I am excited to bring you this today because, listen, ooh-wee. Okay. So, like I normally do, I'm just going to give you a synopsis of my experience with this particular weapons mounted light. I'm not going to get into all the granular details because this is not that channel, but I'm going to give you enough information so that you can make an informed decision and or you can do further research. Let me first thank Optics Planet for sending this over. If you guys want to check them out, feel free to go on their website. If you see something that you like, you can save yourself 5% by using my code 32Icon. All right, so this is the box it comes in. As you can see, it is already open, okay? Comes with the manual, some stickers, etc. As for the specs, all right, so the Streamlight TLR-7A comes with 500 lumens. It's an hour-and-a-half battery runtime, and it also has the 10-tap strobe feature. I really don't use the strobe feature, but I know a lot of people do like it. All right, it comes with the high switch as well as the low switch. We'll get into that a little bit more. It uses a CR123A lithium battery. The body is made of aluminum and it's also ambidextrous, which I love because I am left-handed. There's also a safe feature. We'll get into that as well. It also comes with a key kit that you can use on different handguns to adjust the fitment of the weapons mounted light. It is IPX7, which is waterproof up to about 3 meters or so in water for maybe a little less than 2 hours, but not sure if you need that, but it's good to know. It is very lightweight at 2.5 ounces, and it also comes with the Streamlight limited lifetime warranty. Okay. So with that out of the way, this gun is unloaded, by the way. But with that out of the way, I really love this light. I told you guys in previous videos that I was looking for a new weapons mounted light. This is it, okay? And let me tell you why. First of all, it is very compact, okay? It is very sleek looking, okay? It just fits right. Now, when I told you guys before I wanted a weapons mounted light that was flush with the muzzle, this is it, okay? It has different options, as I told you. It has a high mount and it also has a low mount. On the firearm right now is the high mount, okay? You'll see up here where the controls are, that is high, and this right here is the low mount. Let me put it right here. It's going to be hard to see, but I'll see if I can roll in some footage. The low mount doesn't have much space for your fingers, whereas the high mount does. It also sits higher, whereas if I were to put this on, the controls would be a little lower on the trigger guard. Now, for my hands and my usage, I like the high mount. So as you can see here, this is my form. Okay, I don't have to move that far down in comparison to the low mount, but in the high mount, I will move right around here and I will actuate the light. Now I can tap and hold, or I can just tap it and it will illuminate on its own. It also comes with a 10-tap feature, which will actuate the strobe. Okay, now if the low mount was on here, and all you have to do is, there are a couple of screws in here, there are 3 screws. It's easy breezy, lemon squeezy. It also comes with a tool to help you remove the screws. You remove the screws and you place this mount on, okay? Now, if you have smaller hands, this might be better for you because you're not as high on the slide, all right? And your thumbs aren't as forward, so the low mount might be better for you. For me, I like the high mount, so most of my review is going to come from my experience with the high mount. Now, we talked about the lockout feature previously when we talked about the specs. And that feature is to turn off the battery so that when you're traveling and this is in your bag or, you know, in maybe a case, you don't accidentally bump it and the light goes off, okay? So when you do the lockout feature, all you do is twist the front of the weapon mounted light, all right? You twist it and you'll feel it come to a stop. And then when you press it, you'll know that it's in lockout mode. To unlock it, all you do is twist it back and you're good to go. So that's a great feature if you're traveling or if you know you like to throw your firearm in the truck or something of that nature, okay? So when I have it in my safe, I just keep it on. Obviously, I'm going to be carrying this, so it will always remain on. What else? The firearm comes with these lock keys. Okay, I'm doing black on black here. I'm sorry about that. So if you notice, there are different dimensions and how they're set up. And what that does is not every firearm comes with a Picatinny rail. Some of them come with accessory rails. And not every firearm is the same size. In order to utilize the keys to adjust to the handgun that you're using, all you do is unscrew this screw right here. Now, this is the flex option. So when you go to unscrew it, you don't have to have this on super tight. You want it a little tighter than finger tight, but you don't have to overdo it because in polymer frames, the muzzle will flex, okay? And this light is meant to handle that flex. So you don't want to start tightening it up and going crazy with it because it's meant to flex, all right? So you'll take this off and it is a capture spring in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you'll take this off and you will remove the screw, which is this. You'll take the screw out. Let's see if I can get a good angle with this. All right, and then you'll replace the slot in here. And then, depending on your handgun, you will fit it right back on the rail. Now, I will say this, and all you have to do is screw it back on. Now, I will say this. Streamlight did a really good job of giving a list of names of handguns and different slot keys that will fit that handgun and will give it a perfect snug fit. So you can reference that to make sure that you have the right key slots when you are putting on your light. And then you just want to tighten it up. I'm not going to tighten it up too much because I might have to take it off again. What else? When I shot, it held up perfectly. The recoil wasn't a problem at all. It just did a good job handling the recoil. Now, when we talk about the output, right, because it is a light, so let's talk about the output. From 25 yards away, I was able to get a good beam on the fence, and it did spill over a little bit to the side, so you can kind of see the trees in the back. You can see the cars on the side, but from 25 feet away, it really did give me a good sense of IDing whatever it was out there. In this case, it was a fence, but in some cases, it could be an animal, it could be a human target, it can be whatever. But nonetheless, I got a good sense of what was there. I end up moving in to 10 feet, and you'll see on the playground, I was able to identify exactly what it was. Again, I was able to get a nice beam and I had some spill. So I was able to identify what was on the left and what was on the right, but I was also able to really pick up that playground. And as I was out there identifying the targets, I realized that the light was actually white. It didn't have much of a yellow tint. I know that some lights can have a yellow tint, but I didn't see much of a yellow tint. It wasn't the purest white light, but it was white nonetheless. Now, although I really, really like this light, the one con I have is that the high mount is a little low on the frame. So when I put my thumb on the frame, if you notice, I have to come down, maybe almost moving my front sight off target just to actuate the light. That is a far gap from up here all the way down here. Now, if I had the low mount on here, it'd be even further down. But I do have to come down pretty far in order to actuate that light. I wish it were up a little further. Now, how would they move the light up further to mount near the bottom of the frame? I'm not sure, but there is a lot of movement from here all the way down here to actuate the light. So I wish it was minimal movement when it comes to that, but nonetheless, I think it's a great option to have the high mount and the low mount. Another con I had is that if you're using the low mount, if you have big hands or long fingers like I do, if I were to use the low mount, which is this, okay, you can't, I'm sorry I don't have a better picture of this, but if I were using a low mount, what I notice is that it's so low that I kind of got caught up in the trigger guard here because it's so low and my fingers are long, okay, and that's kind of dangerous. So if you're a person that doesn't have the best grip, or you're still learning how to control your finger discipline, and you use the low mount switch, you might find yourself in trouble and end up in the trigger guard, okay? And that's very dangerous. So has it happened to other people? I'm not sure if other people have mentioned it, but I know that when I played around with it, I kind of felt myself in here and I was like, whoa. So I use the high mount to make sure that I'm staying high, to make sure I'm staying out of that trigger guard, and to make sure that I'm able to actuate that switch. So overall, this weapons mounted light will be my EDC, no doubt. It's reliable, it's compact, it has the lockout feature, 500 lumens, it comes with the high mount and the low mount. It has the Streamlight name. I mean, it has a multitude of pros. Again, the cons for me is that the high mount needs to be just a tad bit higher, and you have to be careful with the low mount so that you're not getting your fingers inside the trigger guard. But for those who have smaller fingers, that might be a great option using the low mount. For me, I have longer fingers and bigger hands, so I tend to use the high mount. So if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, are you crazy? I'm not spending a dime on that, to 10 being, shut up and take my money, this is a solid 9, okay? Aside from the 2 small cons, this is a winner chicken dinner, and it will definitely stay on here for my EDC. And I encourage you to take a look at it, compare it to other weapon mounted lights on the market, and see what you come up with. Outside of that, I don't know what else to say, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing well, treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.